We kick things off enjoying the scenery, right up until a fellow squad helicopter gets taken out by a missile. This is absolutely terrible for unit morale. Shortly after, the exact same thing happens to our helicopter. I survive and wake up at the bottom of the ocean, which is completely fine as I naturally have the lung capacity of a mature humpback whale. I wake up on a hostile island. A woman commandeers my mission and tells me to go into a highly radioactive tent to find a stolen device.
Taking control of this mission effective immediately.
And as we see the tent in the distance, we decide to just jump off a giant cliff to get there faster, because nothing says covert operation like sliding down the side of a mountain. She seems to put the recovery of this USB stick significantly above my general well-being.
What is it?
I don't feel well.
Just keep looking.
We need an antidote for severe nerve damage, so I proceed to grab these two EpiPen looking things. We definitely know one contains the antidote, but we have absolutely no idea what's in the second one. So naturally, I just shoot both of them directly into my bloodstream anyways. No repercussions follow, of course, because I am James Bond. We realize there is a bunch of people that need saving, and my MI6 handler then informs me that we have less than a 1% chance of success.
Listen carefully. You have less than 1% chance of success. Now stand down.
I'll take those odds.
Bond.
I politely tell her to screw off. Does she even know who I am? I rescue them, and one of the hostages is visibly disappointed that it's only one guy who came to save them.
It's so screwed.
So I immediately regret my life choices. You risk your life for some useless people and this is the thanks you get. We escape and all run like hell towards the ocean, while a giant military vehicle constantly tries to unalive us and fails miserably. I mean, look at this. So I then gracefully hop onto an ATV and single-handedly take down this massive armored giant. We reach the cliff edge and realize that running to the ocean made absolutely no sense. So instead of jumping, we logically decide to just blow up the entire island. We somehow survive and are officially recruited as an MI6 agent.
Issues with authority.
I believe it's more a case of authority having issues with me.
Because the agency apparently loved that we blatantly ignored their orders and shipped us off to a remote island for basic training. Upon landing, I immediately take a beating from this useless blonde guy, but I decide to let it slide. Our driving skills are tested, and instead of a rundown Corolla, they hand me an Aston Martin. The driving physics in this game are absolutely abysmal. I mean, what is this? We undergo an extensive training montage, we shoot paintballs, throw guns directly at each other's faces, and capture flags to prove our competence. And right at the end of the montage, Monroe decides that our time has come, and he proceeds to attempt to destroy me and the lunches of everybody else. I tackle him out of the room, and we take a fall that would normally unalive a regular person, but not me, because I'm James Bond. And then, I proceed to introduce my knee to his forehead repeatedly, treating him to a workplace safety hazard. After passing basic training, we are taken back to CM, who wants to show us something, a supercomputer that's been crunching data for MI6. But she bragged so much about her achievements earlier, I realized she was just taking credit for all the heavy lifting it was doing. We are then taken to a lab where my watch is thrown in the trash and we are given a few spy watches to choose from. I take a few minutes to pick one, seeing as this was one of the most important decisions I would make in the game, and I was sure the color of my watch would definitely affect some gameplay mechanics down the line. I have now acquired the toy I never had as a child and can now hack into almost anything in the room. I immediately test this out by hacking a drone and making it spontaneously combust, just to prove I can cause catastrophic incidents in the workplace before lunchtime. We are then provided with keys to our new safe house, and when I get there, I saw the same guy who tried to unalive me is now my roommate. And as a show of goodwill, I pick his karate poster over our other roommate's lovely painting to be hung in our new apartment. We go through another training montage, one which spanned over the next few months, and at the end of it, we are finally cleared for fieldwork. We go out for drinks, only to realize this entire evening is an elaborate scheme by MI6, and this is our actual final exam. I walk up to a girl at the bar and hit her with the most diabolical pickup line imaginable.
The epiphylium oxypetalum only blossoms at night.
That's an interesting pickup line.
And now I understand why James Bond always got out with women. Her boyfriend gets angry for some reason, but more on that later. I head for the bathroom and find this guy fighting for his life in one of the stalls, so I tower over him for a few seconds to assert dominance. As I am about to leave with the package I was sent for, the angry boyfriend walks into the bathroom, so naturally, I beat him like a beef. After I complete the mission and try to leave, he stops me from going out, presumably because the first beating wasn't sufficient. So I beat him again, and honestly, I'm starting to really enjoy the customer service aspect of this job. We are called up for our first official field exam, capture a rogue agent 009 at a chess tournament. I am placed in a Jaguar and sent to the most prestigious hotel I've ever seen in my life. We pull up and park the Jaguar with absolute elegance, making sure everyone knows a top tier agent has arrived. We spot a bellhop doing highly suspicious non-bellhop things, so I make it my mission in life to shadow him. We track him to a spinning door, but the staff refuses me entry. Since we can't go through the front door, I scale a metal drainage pipe on the side of the building like an absolute legend, because standard structural access is way below my pay grade. As I make my way through the upper levels, I look down from the balcony to watch the chess tournament being played a little bit. The bellhop casually strolls right past the entire spectator seating area, totally blending in with a crowd of people who are far too focused on grandmasters to notice a terrorist. I track him to the laundry room and physically assault everybody in there, regardless of whether they are hardened criminals or just hotel staff trying to fold on towels. Nothing will get in the way of me finding this bellhop, except he has now slipped out of his uniform and I have no idea who I'm looking for anymore. All I know is he has now gone to room 206. Monroe arrives and gives me some intel on how to get there, and for that, I need to get past the guard, which would normally be very difficult, but it's a good thing highly trained officers tend to leave their positions to turn off household appliances. We get into room 206 and find it absolutely wrecked. We also find out the target has changed into a chef's outfit. We try to catch him, but he is moving extremely fast with a man pushing a heavy catering cart, and while following him, I discover there is a secret passage and proceed to brute force the combination lock, which is the most logical way to open doors when you have zero patience left. Monroe decides to help me, but a little bit later, I find him dead on the basement floor. I have been chasing this terrorist all day, and you chase him for 5 minutes and immediately die. Skill issue, sha. We are abruptly jumped by the terrorist and realize there are actually 2 of them, which explains the catering cart speed. I beat them up, but due to a cutscene, they magically start winning the fight. I pick up a giant sword nearby to instantly maximize my lethal threat levels, and they quickly flee, clearly terrified of my aura. We discover a bomb and fail to defuse it miserably, because out of all the extensive training we did in Guatemala, MI6 didn't think explosive diffusal was a relevant aspect of being a secret agent. We somehow survived taking the brunt of the blast, because, of course now, and immediately engage in a high-speed chase with 009. And every single time I am forced to drive a vehicle in this game, it serves as a violent reminder of just how profoundly tragic the driving physics are. We reach 009's car, but see that he is gone. The game finally decides to hand me an actual working firearm, so armed and ready, I follow his tracks directly to an airfield. And as a quick note to anyone who wants to work on that 009 in future, you really shouldn't leave this many explosive barrels casually littered around the entire facility. I board an escaping cargo plane in classic Tom Cruise fashion, and then I channel the force to send one guy flying out the back. I use my watch to hack into the plane's avionics to create severe turbulence. Luckily, we are completely unaffected because we are James Bond. We get what we need, jump out to hitch a ride on one of our friends, and immediately go to Monroe's funeral. M informs us they have pinpointed 009's exact location, and as a bonus, we would also be meeting Gold Roger, King of the Pirates.
You heard me right. Pirate King.
We head out in a Land Rover Defender, and before anything else, I catch some absolutely sick airtime. We eventually see the Pirate King from afar. The One Piece must genuinely be stacked, because look at this guy's shiny ass outfit. One of his goons stops me and asks me to bring 100k just for entry to the auction, and my boss tells me to just go and look for it, as if I can casually find 100k on the floor. I sell a painting that totally belongs to me to some guys who appreciate brushstrokes. I get swindled a few times and lose 15k of my hard-earned painting money. It's in middle cup. It's in the middle cup. Okay. 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 Oh. It's in the middle cup now. You are mad. You are mad. This guy is swindle me. Before realizing I have a $300 million spy watch that can see through plastic cups, I sell the gem but need 3k more, so I get a job as an underground fighter. The coach is reluctant to put me in, but after I absolutely humiliate his top fighter, he has no choice. I lay an absolute beat down to the guy they put me against, and with how many people they had watching, I'm glad I don't suffer from performance anxiety. I secure the entry fee and get into the auction. We are bidding on a drone with 3 other people. I initially offer $1 million, but everybody laughs at me. It turns out, this is not a cash auction, but an auction to see who can offer the most value to the Pirate King. We win the auction by offering up our boss, Greenway. We track 009's movement onto a boat, and as we reach the climax of the mission, we realize somebody has already climaxed before us. The place has been hit. We can't leave empty-handed, so I search the place while Greenway takes pictures for his Instagram. We discovered 009 had an entire wall of pictures of MI6 agents. He was a massive stalker. I mean, what happened to just calling someone and asking them out to dinner? It's a lost art. I storm out but get knocked out by some hooligans and wake up hung over a pit of crocodiles to meet my end. Fortunately, Greenway name drops the Pirate King's long-lost sister, and when the hooligan hears this, he immediately becomes our bestie and spares our lives. We continue looking for clues about 009's death and find out he wasn't the one who blew everyone up. He was a victim himself. And right as we stumble upon this groundbreaking discovery, we are jumped by an army of angry goons. God, I love the combat in this game. It's so sweet.
That's on you.
Stunning people in the head with empty guns and introducing my knee to their skull just speaks to my inner child. And right as I'm about to die to plot, Greenway comes in clutch. We finally make it home. We are reminiscing about all the memories we had with Monroe when we are abruptly jumped by two guys, who we brutally destroy, of course. Naturally, there is a third guy who was too afraid to come up and fight me like a man. He shoots at me, which really messes with my mental health, but his aim is rubbish, so we get to him no problem. He wins this 1v1 strictly because he is able to jump a little bit further, entirely due to him being 6'2 and me being 6'1. I really wish I had some extra inches where it matters. That's the reality of the game. You can survive underwater explosions, you can survive falling out of cargo planes, and you can survive the worst driving physics known to man, but sometimes you just get outjumped by a guy with slightly longer femurs. You have to learn to let it go, and if you can't be 6'2, at least you can't be